So how I went from a Houston, Texas melomaniac to an independent music artist and filmmaker. So music has always been in my family since I can remember. And I'm not saying that we were musicians. I'm just saying that we were people that consumed music. I can remember that every weekend, just about, at my mother's house, we held barbecues. And at the barbecues, my mom and stepdad had this big sound system. And I mean, music was just, what I came to realize as a kid was music was a thing that changed emotion. They either made emotion, changed emotion. It was a big part of everyday life. Music and TV was a big part of everyday life. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of times it was more real than life. So I guess that just kind of something that just stuck with me. No matter whose house I went to, they were always in the TV music. No matter what car you got into, they were in music. So I raised up hanging with my friends at an early age. I raised up on Houston, Texas music. I live in Austin, Texas, and Houston, Texas is really the biggest rap movement in Texas, other than maybe Dallas, Texas. But Houston is known, especially in Austin, Houston is known for it. So there was a shift from me consuming music to, you know, when we're in school, we're taught to create things. And the teacher asks us, you know, what do you want to create and what do you want to do? And I guess that's just being a creative. It's just something that just kind of came second nature for me. You understand what I'm saying? So I never really thought that I was gonna be doing music. It's just something that just kind of happened, especially with the way that my life went. You know, I'm trying not to say too much, but like basically, I can remember maybe 2003 and a little bit before, like so elementary, junior high, high school. But 2003 was kind of a crazy shift to where I shifted to Christian hip hop. All right. And I can remember as a kid and me listening to Houston, Texas music. My grandma was saying, are those artists, are those rappers listening to what I think they're listening, or are they saying what I think they're saying? She knew exactly what they were saying. They were saying every cuss word you can think of. And in my grandma's Chrysler Imperial, she had a 5-band EQ. And on the 5-band EQ, I would tell my grandma, just listen to the words. So I would turn down the mid-range, turn up the bass and treble, you know what I'm saying, to try to make her focus more on the beat and not the words. And I mean, she still heard every word that they were saying. And you know, so long story short, this is where I'm at with it now. I produce my own music. I film my own videos. And not only that, I'm also trying to help others do the same thing. So I hear so much about artists, like in the big music business. I hear about them, you know, getting robbed from the labels and the labels not paying them enough, and you know, even in the movies, you know. But you hear it a lot in music, especially black music, hip hop, rap. You know what I'm saying? And so I just wanted to show people that, you know, after doing research, I wanted to show people that you have to be more than just an artist. You have to be more than just, you know, an actor. Because what people fail to realize is you are somebody who is signed to the big to the big names. right? And a lot of people think, oh, because I'm signed to the big names, I'll make big money. It's no different than working for a big company. Like, yeah, you work for a big company, but you're not making the big bucks. You might be making more money than people that work at smaller companies. You understand what I'm saying? But you are still probably making what, 1% or 0.05% or 0.01%, or you know what I'm saying, or 0.8% or whatever it is. You're making a small percentage, you know what I'm saying, of what you really could make if you owned everything, if you were the CEO. So I try to have people look at this from that perspective. If you look at, I always talk about Nelly, because Nelly had one of the better deals. Most of the artists we hear in rap, they do like a $1 million deal, and they're happy to brag about that. To me, $1 million is not a lot. So anybody that thinks that $1 million is a lot of money, I don't think they know math. Now, $1 million is nothing but 500,000 twice. You can buy a house, you can buy a car, and you can be broke. Okay, buy you a Maybach, buy you a house, $1 million house, you know, a $500,000 house, and you broke. Y'all not thinking about paying taxes. Y'all not thinking about, you know what I'm saying? And taxes is like 40 to 60% on that kind of money, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like if you hit the lotto or something, the lotto is gonna take 40% of that money, I think, off top. And then I think they tax you again at the end of the year, so that's the other 20%. But anyways, these are things that people don't know. But you know, I took something that was, I went from a consumer, right, to consuming music. Raised up on Tupac, raised up on Bone Thugs and Harmony, raised up on the Brat. If y'all don't know who the Brat is, Jermaine Dupri brought her out. I might be way older than y'all if y'all don't know who the Brat and Jermaine Dupri is. That was before Lil Bow Wow. You know what I'm saying? So if you know Lil Bow Wow was brought up under Jermaine Dupri. I believe he said he was brought up under Snoop. He worked with Snoop Dogg as well. But yeah. So 106 in Park, you know, but 106 in Park was a similar show to MTV. Y'all had, what people had, I can't remember the type, but MTV didn't just play, MTV played different kind of music, but 106 in Park played black music. And that's where we saw most of our rap music videos for hip hop. So that was like one of the main platforms we went to. And Jermaine Dupri said that he was one of the owners, or the owner, or the one who created 106 in Park for Lil Bow Wow, I believe he said. So, Lil Bow Wow, Lil Romeo is Master P's son. So if you know Master P, you would have an idea of who Lil Romeo is, or you would know who Lil Romeo is. But my journey went from a music journey to a creative journey. You know what I'm saying? Went from a music listening journey to now I create. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at, I used to freestyle as a teenager. I used to freestyle. Can't remember my exact age, but I know I was in my teens. I would say from junior high to high school, somewhere off in that era. I used to freestyle, and that's kind of where the creative kind of, as far as being creative in music, kind of started. I was young back then. We didn't even know how to record or none of that. That's how young we were. You know, so like junior high and high school. Yeah. And so going from a a artist, going from a consumer to an artist to a producer and filmmaker, and pretty much almost like operating as a record label, is really a I don't want to say it's a big step, because it was progress. It wasn't just like an overnight kind of thing. And a lot of people think that, you know, being a content creator or being a musician or being a rapper or being, you know what I'm saying, being anything successful in life is just this overnight, oh, I want to do this and then it's gonna happen. Man, you can even look at 50 Cent, and I talk about this a lot. 50 Cent, or like most of the names that you can name, they did not start overnight. Anybody who does their homework and knows how the music game works, you got to put in your 10,000 hours. I think it's like 10,000 hours they said you had to put in before you would even be looked at as serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just come in the door and say, I want to do music. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that say that, and they don't know or understand the what all comes with it. They don't understand the ups and downs of it. You know, we just see, oh, that's a way to get up, and that's I want to go that way and go up. They don't know about the ups and downs. You got to be in this game long enough. 50 Cent, for example, 50 Cent was putting in, you know, they say it takes 10 years for overnight success. So think about 10 years for overnight success, and think about 10,000 watch hours. I mean, 10,000 work hours. And if you ain't put in your 10,000 reps, your 10,000 hours, if you ain't put in, you know what I'm saying, your 10 years, then you really have nothing to like to talk about or be mad about. Put in the work, because it's not gonna come easy. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this a long time. I've been training for this a long time. Like I say, I've been doing music since a teen. When I got serious about it, it was 2008. That's when I got serious about it. That's when I was like, hey, I'm really trying to take this to you know, like, I'm really for real about this. Because I knew exactly at that point what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. I was doing Christian hip hop, and I was trying to make a change. I was trying to put out something positive. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been through so much negative in a short amount of time in my teenage life. You know what I'm saying? And in my childhood too. You feel me? So like I say, I can remember every weekend, man, when my mom and her husband, you know what I'm saying, we kind of had barbecues and stuff at the house, and my uncles would come over, and you know, it just instilled music into me. Everywhere I went, music was a part of people's life. You understand what I'm saying? So I now want to help others. You know what I'm saying? I now want to help others, you know, be able to create their own content, be able to create their own music. Now it's even more like, see, back in the day, you didn't have internet, and you had to really like go to a record label to be able to use a studio, you had to know somebody in Hollywood to be able to get on TV. You know what I'm saying? Now, social media and the World Wide Web has gave us way easier access. So we have it way easier and way better than the previous generations, right? Back then, you really had to be a star. You still kind of do today. But there are so many tools. Now you can have anybody can have a studio in their house if they're willing to spend the money. And studio equipment doesn't cost anywhere close to what it cost back then. You're talking about thousands upon thousands of tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for equipment. You know what I'm saying? Now you don't have that. Now for a couple of $100, you can have your own studio. You know what I'm saying? And you can record everything from your phone. You don't even need to pay a big filming crew. You can record from your phone and you can go viral. It wasn't like that back in the day. You see what I'm saying? So the now you have everything is going AI. Now you can tell your phone what you want it to do, and it will pretty much make you a song. You can tell your son, you can upload a photo and tell your phone what you want, tell AI what you want it to do, and it'll make you a music video off of a photo. You can upload a photo. If you can do all that with a photo, just imagine if you uploaded a video that you tried to make and the video wasn't that good, and you told AI, hey AI, turn this into a cinematic rap video, you know, or turn this to a cinematic pop video or something like that. Like, you could really, if AI can do, I've seen what AI can do with a photo. If AI can turn a photo into a video, imagine what it can turn a video into. You see what I'm saying? If what I'm saying is, AI is making it where people who don't even have any type of creativity can create. So just imagine for us, for the people that do have some type of creativity, and we put that into, we already kind of did most of the work or half the work, and then boom, we push that into AI. AI is gonna make that, it's gonna make it phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know much about AI. I just know because I'm in music and I'm in film and I'm in content creation, that I hear about these things, and in our courses they show us what they can do. So, you know, I mean, there's really no excuse at this point. You don't have to wait to be signed to a label. Push out content. It's so many people that want to be signed to a label. Man, push out content. You got to do your 10,000 hours. You have to put in your 10 years. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be monetized on YouTube. Everybody wants to go viral doing content creation. But are you putting in the work? It's so, like, you can't put out one video or 3 videos or 5 videos or 10 videos and, you know, 15 videos. You're like, man, why I ain't went viral? You ain't even put out 100 videos. You see what I'm saying? And you're complaining, you're trying to figure out why you haven't went viral. Now you take them couple of videos that you got, and you put them into AI and you recycle them and remix them. You can record one video, and you can have AI mix and remix and switch it up. It can recycle that one piece of content or those couple of 10 pieces of content you got back and forth, up and down, left and right. You see what I'm saying? And you can have 100 videos in no time. The thing is, are you willing to put in the work? You feel me? Are you willing to put in the work? Like, I think around 2003, I had a serious life change. And that's where I kind of went from, I was raised up in the church, but I think that's where I kind of went from. So I was raised up in the church as a teenager. I got off track and was in the streets. Then you take it to like 2003, where I get out of high school, and I'm focused on working solid jobs and, you know, making money and stuff like that. So yeah, man, you know, I had even at one point stopped listening to rap music and stuff like that, you know, because it was just, if you don't understand who you are and you don't have any direction, you don't have any role models, like the music you listen to, the stuff you watch on TV, the people you hang around, like, they can have an influence on you. You have to find yourself first. Once you find yourself, then it's like, oh, okay, me listening to a rap song is not that bad. It's not gonna control me. You understand what I'm saying? But when you're young, it's a little bit different because that's all you know. You know? But I just want to help other people, man. I want to help other people, man, get to you know, get from where I was in life to where I am now and where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Other melomaniacs, I've never heard that term, but I asked Siri, I asked her what was a kid that liked to listen to music or something like that, or was obsessed with music or something like that. I think I said a kid that liked to listen to music, and it came up with melomaniac, and it said a melomaniac was somebody who like just like to listen to it more than the average person. And I mean, that's crazy because it kind of described me. I feel like that describes a lot of people. Music is a part of our everyday life. Television is a part of our everyday life, and we consume more television, we consume more entertainment than we create. But I was born to be a creator. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take other creators with me. And yeah, I'm taking a challenge right now. I'm actually on a 30-day challenge with Tamara Gabriel, UK. I'ma just say Tamara. It could be Tamara, but I'ma just say Tamara. She from the UK, so Tamara Gabriel or Tamara Gabriel, UK. I made the damn video.